Okay, so we are continuing with our fast API series, and this will be a very small video basically, and in this video we will see how to connect with the SQLite database. So before that, let's revise all the past 4 videos which we have covered till now. So let me first activate the environment. Okay, so in the first video, we have see how to create a fast API. So we have imported our fast API class from the fast API module, and then we created the instance of the API and put some metadata here, and we created one route, right? In second video, we could see, rather than hard coding the metadata here, how can we pass this metadata from the configuration file. So we create one configuration file, and within that configuration file, let me again show you nano config.p. So we created one configuration file, and within the configuration file we created a class, and under the class we created a lot of attributes: title, version, description, name, email, and these are the basically metadata information. And we are rather than hard coding this metadata information, we are fetching this metadata information from the config file. So from config we are reporting setting, and setting is basically the object of the class. So setting is the object of the class, and this object can access this attribute using the dot operator. So we are accessing this attribute using the dot operator, right? In the third video, we could see because in the second video we could see how to define some metadata information, but there are so many other informations which we generally required. These are the database information, whatever the database name, database user, password, and so many other information, right? Generally we not hard code the password in our configuration file. So what is recommended? It is recommended that we should set the password into the environment variable. So we have two options: either set the environment variable locally in our system, but if we set the environment variable locally, how other person can run our code, and if other person have to run our code, they will again have to set the environment variable at their end, right? So the best option is to create let me show you. So best option is to define the environment variable in .env file. So we have defined all the environment variable like username, password, server name, port, the database name. These are basically the sensitive information, so which we don't want to expose, right? So that's why we put in the .env file, right? And now we want to actually we want to define here. So we will read that environment variables using the OS operator, but using the os.get.env we generally able to read the system environment variables, but these are not the system environment variables, these are defined into the .env file. So to make it is a system variable, we are using the .env module. From .env we are importing the load.env file. So by looking at the name itself, you could see .env, so it means this module will read the .env file. So we are just loading the .env file and giving the our .env wherever the file name is located, we are giving the path. Once this will get loaded, now we can easily access the system variables, right? In the fourth video, we could see how to connect to the database and how to create a table. So as I show you, we will use the SQL Alchemy, and we will connect with the PostgreSQL. In the fourth video, we connect with the Postgres. So as part of the SQL Kami, so there are some set of steps. So I explained you like all the steps. So first step is we have to create an engine. So we have created an engine, and within the engine we have to define the database URL, and the database URL is defined in our configuration file. So from the configuration file we are reading the database URL and storing some variable, and we are passing that variable name in the create engine. So once the engine is created, we are creating a workspace. So workspace means basically we are creating a session. So we are creating a session, but this session is for which database? So this session is for this engine database. So we have defining like bind is equal to engine. Then once we have the session, once we have the workspace, then we have to define the tables, right? And we define the tables in the form of classes. So we define our table class user, and when we define the table, two attributes minimum required. One is the underscore table name and one column is required. So we define one ID column and one is the email column. So column, that is the integer, this is the primary key, this is the string, and we have to import this column integer string from the SQL Kami. But how this will know this table will be linked with the particular database? So we are like inheriting this base class, and this base class is basically like created from the this module, that is a declarative base. So we are importing the from SQL Kami.ext.declarative, we are importing the declarative base, and we are defining our base class. But till now we have not we have just created the base class, and we have linked this base class with our table name, right? But this base class doesn't link with the database, right? So we have not passed any argument. So what we have to do is, so I show you the last step is basically from base class we will read the metadata. Metadata means it will basically read the user this file, basically a class user, and what are the column name, what are the basic their types. So it will read the metadata, and it will we are calling a one function, create all function. But this base class should be linked create a table on which database. So we are passing the bind is equal to engine, and engine is our database. So here we have provided that, and when we run this code, we able to see that first we have to create the database object testing, and after that we could see table get created. So the one table get created, that is the user table get created with two column ID and email, right? But let's suppose if you don't want to use the Postgres SQL, you want to use the let me close this database.py. So you don't want to use the Postgres SQL, but you want to use the SQLite database. So only two changes are required, rest everything will be remain same. So SQLite database is in a form of file, right? So first we will define our SQL. Let me show you. So first we will define our SQL Lite database, SQL Kami database dot URL is equal to SQLite 3, and let the name could be SQLite.db. So now you will get confused why we are putting these 3 slashes, and why are putting dot, and then we are putting slashes. So what is the syntax? So generally, so this is basically a file URL. So what is the syntax of the URL? So if you browse any URL, so how the URL look like? So it it looks like this, http colon and then double dot and then domain www.google.com, and then something like that, let's suppose image. So this could be the URL, right? But here this could be the general URL. So we have colon, http is http method, but here we are defining the SQLite database. So we are defining the SQLite, then we have colon, then we have colon, then we have 2 slashes. So we have put 2 slashes. So when we define this URL, internet URL, so we define the domain. Here our domain is our domain is like okay, SQLite to URL, but our domain is localhost, right? So our file should be reside on the localhost, and then localhost, and then let's suppose image. So our URL should be this should be like this. So generally, like we will not use the localhost. So rather than the localhost, we will use the three slashes. So three slashes basically like means it is like defining it is just for a local host, right? So we are defining the three, so that's why like we put the three slashes, and after that we have to like tell where it will like create the database. So we are telling within the current directory. Dot means if it is the current directory, it will create with the SQLite.db, right? So it will like create the URL within the current directory. So if I show you one document, the document is for the uniform resource locator. So how the local host. So if you could see, these are the files URL. So files URL basically file : /host and then whatever the file name, right? So here our host is localhost, right? If it is not localhost, then we will just use like two slashes, but if it is localhost, then this host will be replaced by the localhost keyword, right? But we will not put the local host as a keyword, so that's why like we put three slashes, right? So we have put the three slashes. Okay, so hope it is clear like why we put the three slashes. Now we have to create a engine. Engine is equal to create engine, and then we will pass the alchemy database URL. Then we will pass the, but here we have to pass one more argument, and I will tell you as well like why we have to pass this argument. Single let me check the official documentation once. It is a check same thread, connect args, and we have to define it as a false. So this is only required for the SQLite database. Otherwise we just have to pass the URL. We don't have to pass the another argument. And why we have to pass this extra argument? Because generally SQLite database work on a single thread, right? But fast API allow to run multiple threads for the SQLite as well. So we are overriding the default behavior of the SQLite. If we not define this, then by default we can run only one thread for the particular database, right? But if we want like multiple threads, multiple operations, multiple threads, right? So we have to override the SQLite default behavior, because by default SQLite behavior is a single threaded. So we are overrided the like we are giving the arguments, and what are the argument? Check same thread. So we are setting it as a false, so it should not check the thread. Otherwise by default behavior is it will check the thread, so that there should be only one thread. So if you check here, so they have mentioned like SQLite file name, and then this argument, and they also show you 1 minute somewhere they have explained you like why we need this yeah. So they have told that like it is only needed for the SQLite database, it is not needed for the other database. So basically this argument is only needed for the SQLite database. Why? By default SQLite will only allow one thread to communicate with it, assuming that each thread will be run as independent thread. But in fast API more than one thread could interact with the database, so we are basically overriding the default behavior of the SQLite. Okay, so now if I run this, so I am expecting, so this database should be get created. So let me run this. So I have saved this file and I have commented the PostgreSQL database. So let's run this. let me run this uv corn and main app hyphen reload. Session local invalid syntax, 1 minute. Nano database.py. okay, so I forget to put the bracket. So we have started the process, so application has been started, so we can check whether the application is up or not. So application is up, and let me close this application and let me check whether the database has been created or not. So I could see the database has been created, SQLite.db has been created. Okay, so this is a very small video, how to connect with the, just in case if we want to connect with the SQLite database, then we have to connect with the SQLite database in this way as well. So let me comment this and leave it into the code itself, and I will provide the code in the description. Okay, thank you. So this is a very small video which I want to cover for the SQLite database, because for the other database everything will be the remain same, just the URL will be get changed into the configuration file. Just we have to pass the URL, no other arguments is required. Okay, thank you.